Hiya, welcome back to In the Kitchen with Tabby. Guys, today we made a potato soup and it was so easy. I got this recipe from Mama Sue. If you do not follow her, you should. Her recipes are amazing. For a quick weeknight dinner, you can't hardly beat it. Let's get cooking. All right guys, let's get this soup put together. I'm super excited about it. I didn't do that on purpose, but that's kind of funny. Anyway, I saw, sometimes I crack myself up. Okay, so seriously, I saw Mama Sue make this recently and it looked really good. She used just 3 ingredients and I'm gonna add just a little bit to it because I like a little more stuff in my soup. But she just used 3 ingredients and I'll show you what those were. She used 1 bag, 32 ounce of some Southern hash browns. She used the Great Value, but she said her recipe actually called for the Ore-Ida. So I got the Ore-Ida. And like I said, it's a 32 ounce bag of frozen hash browns. She used 1 32 ounce container of chicken broth, and I don't have any of my homemade, so I had to buy some at the store. And then she used 1 package of this right here. It's not biscuit gravy, it's not sausage gravy, it's called country gravy mix. So you don't want a sausage gravy, you want just the country gravy mix, okay? So that's all she put in hers, just those 3 things. Now, like I said, I am changing mine up just a little bit. I've got some butter that I have heated up in my pan here. And I am going to add to that, I'm gonna turn my heat down. I almost let it get too hot. Okay, so I'm gonna add to that about a cup of very finely diced carrots and it was a medium onion. I would call it a medium onion that I finely diced. So we're gonna put that in our pan here. So she did not put any onion or carrot in hers. But like I said, I like a little bit more in my soup than just the pieces of potatoes. So I'm putting the onion and carrot in there. Let's get this back on the heat. You can hear it sizzling. I'm gonna bring you over here a little bit closer. All right, so I'm just gonna let that saute for just a minute. You wanna make sure you dice those carrots up pretty small so that they'll cook quicker. What I actually did was I bought a bag of these little shredded carrots, and then I put those through my fine dicer chopper blade, and that diced them up pretty small. So they should cook up pretty quick with those potatoes. Of course, the potatoes are frozen, so they're already cooked pretty much. So we're just letting this saute a little bit in here in that butter. I did not use oil, because I think butter tastes better with potatoes, like your mashed potatoes. So I decided to just do about a tablespoon of butter in the bottom of the pan instead of doing oil. I think that'll give it a good flavor. Gonna add a little bit of minced garlic now. And you know, I always get my garlic, it's the minced garlic in the extra virgin olive oil. I don't like it in the water. It just doesn't taste the same to me if it's in the water. It dilutes it down or something. I just don't think it tastes as good. So I always get the garlic in the olive oil. Sometimes I mince my own garlic too. I sometimes do that, but I don't have any fresh garlic, so I'm just using the jarred garlic today. All right, so that looks good. So now I'm going to add my whole bag of potatoes. Put that whole bag in there. Don't want to leave anybody behind. And then we are going to sprinkle over that our packet of gravy mix. You want the whole packet. And then we're going to add 32 ounces of chicken broth. I'll tell you a little tip. I don't know if I've shared this with you before or not, but if you're pouring the broth out of this container, and you know how it goes plop, 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 plop. It's really hard to get out. If you take a knife and just poke a little hole right here in the top, it will pour out so much easier for you. You can see here, see that? It just pours right out for you, so you don't have to worry about it plopping out and making a big old mess. All right. And that's it, my friends. We're gonna bring this up to a nice simmer. And we're just gonna let it simmer for about 30 minutes. or until it gets nice and thick. As it cooks, that gravy mixture is going to get really nice and thick, and it's just going to be a really nice potato soup. I am really excited about this. I love a good potato soup, and this looked too easy not to try. So thank you, Mama Sue, for this recipe. And if you don't follow Mama Sue, you should. She is awesome. I will tag her in this post. So I'm just stirring in that gravy just to make sure it's all dissolved. And I have my heat set on 5, so it's at medium. We're gonna let that come to a nice boil. And then when it comes to a boil, I'm gonna turn it down and we'll just let it simmer on about 2. And like I said, about 30 minutes should be just right. I'm gonna bring you over here so you can see a little bit closer what's going on in the pot. Hang on. So you can see there all those pretty flecks of orange from the carrots. It just looks delicious already. All right, friends, that's it for now with this. So I'll be right back. All right, friends, this is starting to just come to a simmer, low boil. So I am going to set my timer for 30 minutes now and turn it down to 2. And also, just so you know, I added about a cup of milk to it. So if you're lactose intolerant, you can make it without the milk. But I just decided I wanted it a little creamier, so I just added a cup of 2% milk to it. Nothing heavy cream or half and half or anything like that. Of course, you could if you wanted. That would really be rich and creamy if you added half and half or whipping cream. But I just did 2% milk. So I've turned it down now, and I'm going to put my lid on it, set my timer for 30 minutes. That's not the actual lid that goes to that pan, but the lid that is to that pan is broken. So, I am improvising. All right, there we go. Set my timer for 30 minutes. When that's done, I'll be back and I'll show you. I'm frying up some chicken. See that? You will see that in a recipe video for salad dressing because I'm frying that chicken to go on a salad, and I'm using the salad dressing to fry the chicken. So you'll see that recipe later. But anyway, soup, 30 minutes. I'll be back when it's done. Hang tight. All right, friends, the potato soup is done, and I'm so excited. So I added a little bit of salt and pepper to it. I tasted it just a little bit ago, and it just needed a little bit of salt and pepper. So just do that seasoning to taste, whatever works for you. And it may be fine for you when you taste it without adding it. But for me, I needed just a little bit of salt and pepper. So we're going to get this served up. All right, so in my bowl here, I want to bring you over here first so you can see how pretty this soup is. Hang on. So look how nicely that thickened up. Isn't that beautiful? For a fast weeknight dinner, I don't think you could beat this. It's really, really, really easy. All right, so let's get it dipped out. Now I have a little bit of sour cream here I'm going to put on top. Just a little dollop of daisy, as they say. And then I cooked up a little bit of turkey bacon, so I'm going to put a little turkey bacon on top. And I have a little bit of cheddar cheese, so we're going to put a little cheddar cheese on top. All right, let's give it a taste. Make sure I get a little bit of everything in there. A little sour cream, a little bacon, a little cheese. Oh my goodness, you guys. Nobody would know that potato soup started out as Southern hash browns. That is absolutely delicious. All right, guys, that's it for this video. You're gonna find this recipe and all my other recipes on my website, inthekitchenwithtabbi.com. I will absolutely give credit to Mama Sue, and I will also make notations on the changes that I made to the recipe. Either way you make it, I think it's gonna be absolutely delicious. You guys are gonna love it. All right, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, please make sure that you like and share and comment on this video. Make sure that you share it with all of your friends so that we can inspire others to get in the kitchen and just have some fun. Remember, you will find this recipe on my website, like I said, but links to it will be in the comments on Facebook. And on YouTube, if you click more underneath the video here, click more, it will open up the description and there will be a link to the recipe there for you. Again, guys, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for coming into my kitchen with me today and just spending some time. I hope you make this potato soup. I think you're gonna love it. It's always soup season, right? Soup season never goes out of style. All right, guys, I love you so much. Remember, Christ is the unseen guest at every dinner table and the silent listener at every conversation. So just make sure those words coming out of your mouth are pure and sweet like honey, that you're lifting each other up, loving on each other, and shining your light bright, because that's what we're called to do. Get in the kitchen, make something good, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.